You talked about listening.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about that and about paying attention. And tell me how you learned why that was so important. And tell me what you learned about how to listen.
Wow. All right. So actually listening as opposed to staying silent, it accelerates the process. And you need a set of tools to keep you on track, to dig into the information without the other side feeling interrogated. And that was really what I learned way back when on the hotline. I get there first day, we get into the training. And I remember the thing that struck me first was they said, all right, your calls are limited to 20 minutes. And I remember thinking like, what, 20 minutes? You got to be kidding me. Like, on TV, they're on the phone with people for hours, if not days. 20 minutes. And they said, no, as a matter of fact, if you actually use the skills correctly, it'll take less than that. And so you get taught a set of listening skills on how to dial in and the clues of what to listen for, and then how to get the person interacting with you without making them feel interrogated. And suddenly there were astonishing changes in behavior in the person on the other side. You get somebody on the phone who's genuinely suicidal. And 15, 17, 18 minutes later, they're in a good place and they're ready to go back and take on the world based on the experience. So, and then I started learning some of the science after it, science, pseudoscientists. I'm a layman, I'm not a scientist. But in our capacity to hear words exceeds the amount of information we can keep in our head. But the amount of information in your tone of voice is going to tell me more than the words are. So how I learned to listen was the words are the starting point, but the tone of voice and the body language and what's the alignment. And then if there's a shift in the alignment in that moment, to look for it and then anticipate. I know now that you as a human being, you in general terms, the negativity is going to cloud your thinking more than anything else. So I'm listening for those negatives. And from the hotline, and now what we do in a black swan method, how do I deactivate those negatives to clear your head or even anticipate them? So it's applied emotional intelligence. And then why listen? Because what we would call in hostage negotiation a change of behavior, and in business negotiation or personal interactions, you changing your mind as to the best outcome is going to come much more quickly and effectively and in a lasting way than if I talked you into it or if I misled you. I want whatever agreement we come to be durable, to last, without me having to come back to you daily to see where we are. And that's what listening is really about, understanding the nuances of what's now backed up by neuroscience and what people in hostage negotiation and you as a practitioner in the field of human nature for years came to learn was the reality of how human beings think and how they react.